This is part 7 of the FastOpp Country Store tutorial series. We have a SQL database connected to the front page to list the products. In video 6, the previous video, we have a form page here that is not connected to the post endpoint. Today, we're going to create the post endpoint and use a mock endpoint, meaning that it's not going to connect to the LLM today. That will be handled in the future, but today we'll set up the post endpoint. If you want to start from the working code from the last tutorial, you can go to this repo here and check out this commit for part 6. The left-hand panel, there is the routes folder off of the root of the project. Inside routes, there is pages. Instead of pages, there is the root route and also product-description. If you're looking for it, you can just do Control F and search for product-description. This one is a GET request. We're going to make a post today. So let's start off with the decorator router.post, and then we'll put the route endpoint in, which is product-description/generate. In the previous video, you set up the HTML so that it would access the product description endpoint, which did not exist at that point. So in the form, under HX post, you set up the endpoint here. This did not exist, and thus the application would get a 404 at that point. We're going to set up our asynchronous function, which is just putting the async keyword in ahead of the function definition. Generate product description, and we'll go request, and it's request here. Just to recap, that second request is on the top of the import. FastAPI does come with this class for request. We'll just put some documentation here. We just grab the product name from the field, the input box. So it's this input box here. So we grab the contents, and we're going to check to see if it's actually there or not. And if not, then we will give it some type of error. We need to create this partial. It does not exist yet. So after this portion of the post, we will create this file, which it doesn't exist yet. So create an error message if they didn't put the file name in or the product name. And the product name will be blank in this error description, and there will be no description because it hasn't been generated by the AI at this point. So to keep this portion of the tutorial shorter, we're going to connect to the LLM in the future. And we'll return a dummy response, or return a fake dummy response for now. So we will return something, but it'll be the fake response. Let's see. Maybe create it first. Dummy description equals with a string format, Python premium product name, which will be taken from the form lower. So this is just our fake response, right? Okay, it's just some type of fake response here. In a future video, we're going to connect it over to the LLM using the chat or the LLM service that we have. Okay, so now we can start working on returning the template. Templates. So we'll give it back the request. And then we'll pass it the product name, which we got from the form. We'll add the description, which we'll get from the LLM in the future, the AI, but for now, it's just the dummy description that we created. And no errors if we have the response. We're going to collapse the routes now, look in templates, and we're going to look in partials. We're going to add a new file in partials. Let's see. Product description result.html. So this is a Jinja 2 syntax. So curly bracket, and then we have some percentage signs that we can put Python-like syntax. And we'll just put a placeholder and we'll fill this out in the future. And then we'll have the else to try to get the response. And we won't deal with the styling at this point. So let's just end the if statement. And if using the Jinja 2 syntax. And we'll do the styling later, but we'll have a description generated for the product name. Hopefully it came over. Then we'll have another div that will be unstyled initially for the description. Okay, let's refresh it here. We can test it out with the fried chicken dinner. And you can see that the post route is working. Premium fried chicken, great design. If you want to test a different fake piece of fake data, go to the routes, pages, we have the dummy description here. You can put delicious, since we're dealing with foods, with old school taste, excellent quality, and great slow cooking or something. We can test our sample. We'll call it barbecue pork. Generated for barbecue pork, delicious barbecue pork, old school taste, excellent quality, and great slow cooking. So what we need to do is first style this so it looks better. And then in the future, we'll connect it to the LLM. If you have questions about the tutorial or want the GitHub source code, you can contact my friend, Jesse Kasman. He's president of OpKey at jkasman@opkey.com. One of the helps that Jesse can provide to you is to send you the code that is still under development, but is synced with this tutorial. So in this video, it was part 7. He can zip up this code and email it to you. The course is completely free. We're not looking for any money. We are trying to get feedback on this open source stack around FastAPI, and that's one of the reasons that we're asking you to contact Jesse. We both live in Silicon Valley. He lives in San Francisco. He's an alumnus of Stanford University, the famous school near Palo Alto. He can also provide you with structured assignments. Again, we're not looking for any money. This is just to give us some feedback on the FastOpp project, and we hope you have a great time.